Ramble.
Thank you to Quince and Caraway for sponsoring this episode.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of You Can Sit With Us. I'm one of your hosts, Matt, sitting here with Becky.
Hello.
We have Rainie on the ones and twos.
Hi.
And we have a very special guest with us, Rosanna Pansino.
Thanks for having me, you guys. I've never been on this podcast, and I'm so excited. And I feel like we've known each other forever. So I'm really glad that we did this.
I know. I'm glad it worked out. Honestly, you've got more stuff going on than we do right now.
Yes.
You're
so busy.
Construction.
Yes.
You've got new shows.
Yes.
You've got the YouTubes.
Yep.
I see you streaming sometimes, playing video games.
Yes. And I started acting like a comedy school. I'm taking improv classes.
Oh my gosh. She just doesn't stop.
Where do you find the time?
I don't sleep. I'm a vampire. No, I do sleep.
That's becoming the dark hair now. Right? She's becoming into a vampire.
Oh. It's my vampire face.
Yeah, Rosanna, what does a typical day look like for you?
Every day's different, but basically it's just go.
Yeah.
Like film, meeting, film, meeting, film, meeting. It's kind of like that, and then nonstop construction. Mm-hmm. You know how that is when you have a construction
When you're in a construction zone,
project.
it's all consuming to begin with.
Yes. And then I was like, why not build a film studio and remodel my sister's house at the same time? Let's do both, because, one
pricing,
project
bulk pricing.
wasn't enough. Yeah, I really was like, how do I give myself a heart attack?
Yeah. I mean, why do one project when you can do two?
Exactly.
More is more.
More is more.
More is more.
Why do it at a good pace when you could just overwhelm yourself?
Yes. Exactly.
The fun.
Yes. Well, you've been on a lot of Try Guys videos as well, especially for Without a Recipe.
Yeah, so many.
Yes.
I don't even know how many. I couldn't even count it.
She might be
since
the
beginning,
most
I feel
judged
like you've been,
judge,
Yes.
You're queen judge. I think you might have been on the most episodes.
I think it's so funny that I even judge at all, because I feel like my personality is really not judgmental. So I do find it bizarre that I end up in judging situations, because it just feels very weird.
It's so funny because I was asking Eugene, I was like, what do you remember most about Rosen being on Without a Recipe? And he was like, she always says, I thought by now you would have gotten better.
It's true. I will say, at least the one thing I think I do well with judging is I'm very honest.
Right.
But I try to deliver the honesty with kindness. Because, bakers or people competing, they know when they've made mistakes. So I don't need to rub it in their face, but I'll just address it and then move on. Mm-hmm. Say a pro, say a con.
You deliver it with kindness instead of some other people who might be in this room that say it a little more aggressively.
Right.
Their names might rhyme with Schmap McLean.
I mean, sometimes you need the mean judge, to balance off the nice judge.
That is true. And Matt, have you ever been asked back to judge Without a Recipe after that initial juding?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember. I cannot recall.
I like it. I feel like we would be a great team, though. We could good cop, bad cop it,
exactly.
Balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So people feel like they get a holistic critique.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The yin and the yang of critiquing.
But let's go back to the beginning, because you're an expert baker.
Thank you.
So how did you get involved in baking? How did you learn? Where did that passion come from?
Baking. Well, my grandma used to bake. She was a dual citizen, and so is my mom, in the U.S. and Italy. Italian grandmas be baking.
That's for sure.
And I learned from her. Kind of growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, so we were kind of given the option of functional hobbies. These were hobbies that would contribute to the family, they would help out, and they didn't cost a lot of money. So we could choose. Between gardening, because that's growing vegetables and fresh fruits and veggies, to feed us. We could sew, because I'm really petite and I have to hem every piece of clothing I've ever worn. And my mom and I, we sewed my prom dress because nothing fits me. And then, or we could what was it? Gardening, sewing, baking, or I think cooking. There was like, but I liked baking because I had a sweet tooth and I love desserts and sugar and flour, cheap, very affordable.
Get it everywhere.
And you can be creative. You can have fun with the decorating. And then at the end of the day, it's still functional because it's feeding the family. It's a little dessert after dinner. So my parents were really into those things. So it's kind of became our love language. Like growing up when you don't have a lot, I couldn't really afford to buy my friends like a cool gift or present for like their birthdays or Christmas or so I would bake for them. Like I'd make cookies or I'd make a homemade cake. And that was kind of my way of showing love. And
that's so sweet.
I did that my whole life. And then it kind of accidentally became a career. When I started making videos on YouTube, I was like making all sorts of them. And it kind of just accidentally and wonderfully grateful that it. But yeah, hobbies can become careers, which is
definitely
pretty neat. I did not know they could actually do that.
And do you still love baking as much today as you did back then?
Yeah, I think that I actually miss it more because now I'm judging and hosting more. I still do baking videos here and there, but I feel like I actually bake a little less than I used to, probably 10 years ago. So it's very special to me when I get the time to like actually do stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you remember the first thing you ever baked?
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I was 5.
Your first, she's like, I was out of the womb, fresh out the womb.
Yeah, in diapers.
Stirring, sifting flour.
Putting an egg in.
Yeah. I guess maybe the first thing you baked that you were really proud of.
Oh, wow. I think it was probably the first time I worked with fondant, which was my first baking video on my YouTube channel because I baked with my family all the time, but I had never worked with that medium before. And I think anytime you do something new outside your comfort zone, it's fun. And I messed it up. I mean,
fondant's kind of hard.
My fondant ripped. My fondant tore. I mean, I didn't do it correctly because it was my first time working with it, but I was really proud of it because it was like having enough courage to do something really outside my comfort bubble, like just doing it. And I love it. And so that video is still online and, it's awful. My cake is awful, but I'm so proud of it because it was my first time really working with fondant. And then I just got better and better. And I realized that it's kind of like, almost like clay. And my dad used to love pottery. We had a pottery studio in our garage. We had a kiln and we used to make little pinch pots and like, so I realized it's kind of like sculpting. And then when I kind of got more used to it, then, got a lot better over time. But the first time was, I was proud of it, but it was a disaster.
You were proud of the journey. Yeah. The destination was little.
It's like when you're little and you make like macaroni art or you make like, those macaroni picture frames.
Exactly.
You're so proud you glued those little macaronis on there, but it looks like crap. But you are proud.
Yeah.
You're like, I did it.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
So what is your favorite thing to bake now?
Oh, my favorite cake in the world is always a chiffon cake.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for the fanciness.
So yummy.
Yeah. And since all of us in this room know what a chiffon cake is, I just want to make sure the audience knows.
Of course,
but
girl.
everyone here obviously knows what a chiffon cake is.
We know what it is.
Delicious.
But for everyone else, Rosanna, what is a chiffon cake?
So it's basically, I say, a cake that's it takes more time than just a normal batter. So you have, it's like half a normal typical batter, and then the other half is kind of like a meringue. And, you have to, to get that nice meringue fluff, you got to be mixing for 8 minutes. And then you gently fold those together. And in the oven, it just bakes and it's like lighter and fluffier, and you get all that moisture and all that cake flavor, but it just kind of like a cloud in your mouth. It just kind of melts correctly. Like
Making hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like, literally.
I think I need a chiffon cake.
Frosted in some Swiss buttercream, homemade Swiss buttercream, not American buttercream, not Italian buttercream, not French buttercream, Swiss buttercream, which again has all the buttery flavor of like American buttercream, but it melts in your mouth. It's like a whipped, it is delicious, and it's a little time consuming to make. But if you guys ever go to a restaurant and there is a chiffon cake with Swiss buttercream on the menu, on the dessert menu, highly recommend an order. Highly recommend just try it. It is, and it was made with love because it does take some sweat.
Ooh, that's the secret ingredient.
Yeah, I don't know if it is blood, sweat, and tears, but I know it takes sweat.
A lot of sweat.
Yes, because even for the Swiss buttercream, you make it, you have to whisk over a double broiler for 8 minutes. Yeah. So it's like, it's chef's workout.
Another workout is during, without a recipe, having to eat all of their concoctions.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So do you remember the worst thing that you had?
Yes.
Or in your mind, what was the worst thing that you had?
I didn't even have to think about it.
Okay, I'm going to go for worst texture, not worst tasting, because we have some ties with the taste. So I'm going to go for the worst texture thing I ever ate. I think this was on the first episode. Eugene made a cake and he used so many eggs.
Oh no.
So many eggs.
I remember that he kept cracking and cracking and cracking.
And the cake was like rubber.
Ew.
It was like this weird hybrid, like a quiche, but not. But it was truly like this sponge rubber. Weird.
Weird.
It was the weirdest, grossest texture has ever entered here.
Oh no.
And I think that's the oh my gosh, I just remember I think it made me throw up.
Oh no.
I think that's the one that made me throw up, and it was just on texture alone. Yeah, I puked.
Good job, Eugene.
I had to get up and excuse myself, and I puked. Yeah. It was that was real.
Rosanna, you're like killing yourself for the craft.
I love the guys' creativity. I think that's so fun. Like
I feel like that's the tagline.
That's what you say to kids. Yeah.
I really do. I feel like their creativity is a 10 out of 10. And if you tweaked a lot of those recipes,
right,
they could be something.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I really like to see. I really like to see where their mind goes, what they come up with. But
I mean, that's why Eugene doesn't really cook at home. You can see why.
Some of the execution is, it's just it's brutal.
It's brutal, yeah.
Brutal sometimes.
Yes. And then what was the best thing? If that was the worst thing, then what's the best thing?
Visually, I think I was the most, this is hard. This is so hard. Do you remember those gingerbread houses?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
Those were cool.
Those stand out in my mind. Like Eugene actually made the most gorgeous. It was like a haunted gingerbread, like a Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was gorgeous. That thing was beautiful. And then like Keith did this like movable, was it a pinwheel? No, like a windmill?
Yeah, it was like the charcuterie board.
Oh, yeah.
Gingerbread house.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
Those were brilliant.
Well, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't think Keith will ever forget that episode because I think that was the one where Bobby Burke teased that Keith was going to win. He used the same phrasing that he used. And then he declared Eugene the winner. Then this is where the real drama was. Bobby Burke tweeted out a list of charcuterie board gingerbread houses as like a new holiday craft.
No, he didn't. No. Oh my gosh. I could see steam coming out of Keith's ears. Just no.
Livid.
Yeah. He was like, Bobby, what is this? What have you done?
How dare you?
Not enough to win, but enough to write about.
He's like, look at this new hot trend. Yeah. He's like, I created it.
A trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Charcuterie. Charcuterie gingerbread. Yum. Delicious.
It was amazing.
Well, Rosanna, you kind of touched on it a little earlier, but you've transitioned more to hosting now. We see you hosting and judging. Mm-hmm. How did that start? I mean, take us through the journey from YouTube baker to now Max TV show host.
A lot of people were reaching out to us and seeing if I was interested in getting involved in like hosting or judging food shows like on Food Network and things. And I thought that's really cool because for about 10 years or plus now, I've kind of been showcasing my skills and abilities and my recipes. And this was the first time that I would get an opportunity to basically showcase other bakers. And I wasn't sure if I would really like that or not. Like if I would miss like creating stuff, if I would miss being the creator, like the baker in it. And I loved it. So we shot the first show and I just fell in love with it. It turns out I love showcasing other talented people. It is so much fun. And I'm learning so much from every baker that comes on. Like I'm learning new techniques that I've never even seen. And I feel like I've always been one of those people who really enjoys learning, like a life learner, like for life. I just like learning new things, and especially about food. Like the other week, I met a baker, came onto the show. She did this technique I'd never seen before. She took dye, like food coloring dye, and a little bit of icing, thin coat, frosted the cookie, and then put it in the oven, very thin coat to bake. So it would make this kind of like crackling design for something that made sense for what her project was. I don't want to give spoilers, but it was incredible. I had never seen that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, yeah. Love it. So I think that's what I'm really liking is just being around other creative people and learning from them and showcasing them. I love giving bakers love. Yes. There's not enough of us. Like we need more of us. There's not enough of us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Caraway's internet-famous kitchenware is a staple for any home and comes in various modern shades to fit any design aesthetic. Hosting this season just got easier with our squareware set. From roasting your first ever turkey to making pancakes for 10 at brunch, we have you covered. So Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like PFAs, PTFEs, PFOAs, or other hard-to-pronounce chemicals. Ceramic's naturally slick surface means minimal oil or butter for slide-off-the-pan eggs and easy cleaning. Now it's time to try it for yourself.
I have the Caraway green set. It is so nice. I use it for all of my breakfasts. It makes cooking eggs really easy. And I love how compact they are, that I could stack them all up in my drawer. And they also come with these really nice dividers if you needed some more organization.
Visit carawayhome.com/sitwithus to take advantage of this limited time offer for up to 20% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners and won't last long. So visit carawayhome.com/sitwithus. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
I love high-end luxury goods as much as the next person, but my wallet isn't on the same page. That was until I found Quince. Quince is my go-to place for luxury essentials at prices within reach. Quince creates timeless classics that never go out of style. You'll have them in your closet forever. Quince's capsule wardrobe must-haves like 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, washable silk tops and dresses, and flattering pants make putting together any outfit that much easier. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. I love my Quince cashmere sweater and matching pants set. It is so snuggly, so nice. I love wearing it by the fire in the winter. It just makes me feel so warm. Get affordable luxury with Quince. Go to quince.com/sitwithus for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/sitwithus to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sitwithus.
So you're now like all the way on the Food Network, but going back to, you talked a little bit about your first YouTube video, but like how did you, like where did you get the equipment for it? Like where did you edit it yourself? Like how did you start on YouTube itself?
Yeah, that's basically how I started. On YouTube, I started with this $80 flip camera that my mom gave me from Target. The one where you hit the button and the little USB thing pops out. And I filmed my first vlogs on there, and then I would edit them, and I suck at editing. I am the slowest editor. I don't know what I'm doing. So I would spend a week just editing, and I was my own bottleneck. So as soon as my channel, after a couple years, made any money, the first person I hired was an editor, so that I wasn't my own bottleneck. And then when I let go of that task, I was able to create a lot more content because I'm just not naturally good at it. So it's just not, I can do it, but I'm just not as fast as other people. I don't know the programs as well as other people. I just don't have that natural pacing or that they can see.
Tough.
Yeah.
I'm not an editor either. No. Thanks. Not even Photoshop. Like the most I can do is like a filter. You know what I mean?
Matt's Paris filter
Not
is
mine,
his
yeah.
Photoshop.
Just put on the filter.
He's like,
post.
this looks great.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Paris.
So I get it.
What software were you using?
I was using, first I was on a Mac, and I think I was just using what is the one that comes? Yeah, I think I was just using iMovie.
Wow.
And I was just totally out of it. Like I use Comic Sans font.
Oh, Rosanna.
Yeah. I'm a sinner.
Rosanna.
I'm a sinner.
Comic Sans.
Thanks for having me in the confession booth. I just did a default text. It was literally Comic Sans. Like it was awful. The worst decisions.
Oh, I mean, I feel like you're not giving yourself enough. In order to like go viral, you must have been a talented editor.
I don't know.
You really made your personality shine with your editing, you know?
It was something. And then later now we use like Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
And because there's just so many more things. And we work with editors now who are so talented.
Oh, yeah.
They can edit these things in a second.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here for 2 weeks going,
Look, you're the baker, not the editor.
it's
You know?
Specialized. Specialized.
Not my strength. But I did it all in the beginning. And then slowly over time, as the channel started to make any money, because it didn't for like 2 years, then I was able to start building a small kind of like skeleton crew, like our team. And we still keep it that way today. It's a small crew, small and mighty.
How old were you when you started? And what had you starting? Like, why were you like, let me upload?
Let's see. I'm 38 right now, and I started 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When did I start?
A decade.
So that 28, 27.
28. So what did you do? What did you do in between being 18 and 28?
What
She
did
learned
I
to bake.
do?
Learning to bake.
I'm like trying to
Like,
remember.
where was that?
Solidified the baking.
College. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm like blacked out. I'm like.
Don't worry, we did too in college.
Yes. I had a lot of fun in college. So I went to college, and then they had right when I graduated, it was that weird time where our economy crashed after all of those odd mortgage. I wasn't old enough to have a mortgage yet. I was but it was all those odd mortgage lending things, and the economy crashed. And I grew up in Seattle, and that was the first time Seattle ever did hiring freezes in my lifetime.
Oh.
So like all the big companies in Seattle that I was planning on, after college applying to, like Microsoft, Amazon's there, Nintendo headquarters, Boeing, where my dad and sister worked. Like everyone did hiring freezes. So they're not even taking meetings or applications. Even if my uncle and my dad works there, they don't care. So I kind of didn't know what to do with myself. And I talked to the dean, and I talked to a bunch of my professors, and they had this program where you could go basically be a teacher overseas for a year. So I signed up for that program, and I went to go teach English in China for a year, and did that program. And with Tsinghua University in Henan, it was about 13 hours south of Beijing by train.
I got 13 hours.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I loved teaching, and it was fun, but I wouldn't say I'm the best at it, but I had a good time. And when I came back, then I just started to take oddball jobs. It led me into entertainment eventually through oddball jobs. And there was an agent that said, hey, if you move here, I'll take you. Because I was on this web series in Seattle. And I said, okay. So let's do it. Moved here and
Wow.
just kept doing oddball jobs. I was on, I became union, a Screen Actors Guild, when I was working as a hand double
hand double.
on the show Ghost Whisper with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Wow.
I hand doubled her character's son, the son Aiden, on the show. He was 8.
And you have 8-year-old hands.
Yeah. So I couldn't have nail polish. I had to keep my hands natural and short.
Gosh.
And all the close-ups of his hands were my hands.
That is really funny.
So when he's
I love
drawing with
that.
crayons, or he's
Yes.
taking milk out of the fridge, or he's zipping something up, or he's flashing a flashlight,
Yes.
those are my hands.
Wow. Famous hands.
Yes.
Why didn't they use the child's hand?
I think it had to do with
Child
whenever
labor
you're,
laws.
there's a lot of red tape,
Uh-huh.
and to save time, because they have to go to school during the
Yeah.
day, and
That's right.
so emotionally, even at 8, I mean, this actor was really talented. He could emotionally act, but even when you're younger, they don't quite understand timing. So the director would be like, "Close the backpack on 1, 2, 3." But kids can emotionally deliver the lines, but would be like 1. Like just couldn't.
Yeah.
So instead of shooting it
Right.
100 times, I would just come in and go 1, 2, 3. Like
Right.
clean shot, done, next. So I think it just saved a lot of time. And
Yeah.
for those little
Mhm.
filler shots, basically. Yeah.
Interesting.
That is amazing. I feel like people are always like, look at celebrities' hands, and that's how you'll be able to tell how old people are. And you're you're like, I have 8-year-old hands.
An 8-year-old boy hands.
I'm
I really
youth.
gotcha.
8-year-old boy
I
hands.
love it.
Oh my God.
I'm obsessed. I want 8-year-old boy hands.
It's like I have so many weird jobs like that in
Yeah.
entertainment, and I just had a blast. I was just wanted to find a home.
Yeah.
I just wanted to find somewhere where I fit in, and then kind of ended up being YouTube. I met Mike and a bunch of friends who were YouTubers, and I was like, "What is that? What is YouTube?" And he encouraged me to start trying to make YouTube videos. He was like, "I think it's a good creative outlet. It will help you get more comfortable in front of the camera."
Yeah.
Because I was a little shyer. I had
practice,
done
yeah.
like theater, where theater I feel so comfortable because it's like you can't see anyone. Like you can't see the audience. The stage lights are so blinding. It really feels like you're hanging out with your friends on stage. Like you can hear the audience, but I can't really see them. But then with television, I mean, the camera guys like can get right in your face. Like you see, you're like, "Oh hi," like there's no like ignoring. It's like right. The whole crew's like,
Yeah, it's true.
it's very different. So I would get a little like, and
And
then
I feel like also a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of behind the scenes people. Like for one person that's on stage or in front of the camera, there can be like 15 people
yes,
watching you, right?
Yeah.
Which is also kind of nerve-wracking.
So you were on a web series in Seattle
yeah.
when you were talent. Like it was an odd job, but you were a talent on the show.
Yeah, and initially, I don't even think I was supposed to be talent. I think that I was taking an acting class in Seattle, and it's foggy. It's been a lot of years, but I think there was this it was called Star Trek Phoenix, and it was like the largest fan fiction series being made in Seattle. It was like on the news, and I think I volunteered to be a PA originally, and I was like getting coffees, and I suck at it because I'm dyslexic terribly, and I messed up all the coffee orders. But they were like, "You have a great attitude. We appreciate the help." It's just like I didn't order
Great
this.
attitude.
It's like, okay.
We love the energy and the
Yeah,
enthusiasm.
we love you. They were like, maybe you can help with props. Like they were like kind of
Right.
trying to find a home for me, and I appreciated that. And then I think one of the actresses like couldn't be there or got sick, or I don't know what happened, but they asked me to fill in, and I did, and I was Ensign Kelly. So love
and then you got
interest
an
for
agent.
sick bay. Yeah. I got contacted by an agent, and they said,
Wow.
if you move to California, we'll take you. And I was like, okie dokie. So
You're like, I'll be there.
Yeah, there's
and
no-
I'm bringing my fam.
I was like, there's no jobs in Seattle right now. So
Yeah.
would love to go somewhere that has a job. Because I think I was waitressing. I was had so many jobs to try to just make ends meet. Waitressing, go-go dancing, and
Go-go
working
dancing.
at the church.
Go dancing at church.
Well, not at church, but yeah.
Go dancing for God.
Yeah. It was so random. I didn't even go to this church. It's a whole story, but I met pastor with getting coffee, and they needed a new office manager, basically, church secretary. And he was like, "Can you build a website?" And I was like, "I can." I learned how to do that.
Sure.
I did that in college. I can do that. So that's what I
Yes.
did. I built a website and helped with, office
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
And yeah, that was during the day. And then at night, I would waitress at night. And then on the weekends, go dance. And then they were aware. Everyone knew all my jobs. So,
Yeah.
The church go-go dancer.
oh, yes. And I loved working there because the average age of people attending this church it's on the older side. It was around 70s,
Aw.
80s.
Right.
And I just love those ladies. I really fell in love. I won't call them out, but I just love
name
them.
names.
We used to go on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we would go out to
Bingo.
lunch and
Oh.
we'd do martinis. And one of the
Oh.
gals, she was just so sweet to me. Her and I really bonded. And I used to babysit her dog all the time. She had this
Aw,
cute little
so cute.
Yorkie. So I do miss those ladies. They're good gals.
Good peeps.
I get along with grandmas, okay? If
Oh, yeah.
you guys got some grandmas, you let them know.
You got some grandmas.
I'm ready
Send
to
them my
hang
way.
out. I am the youngest grandmother you will ever meet. I hung around my grandma so much growing up.
Right.
And
right.
so my interests are like, I like sewing, I like knitting, I like playing cribbage, backgammon. I like drinking wine, I like playing poker. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
You're
that.
a true grandma at heart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma Rosanna.
Oh yeah.
So do you still like knit and crochet things now?
In college, somebody was in the knitting club.
Oh.
Don't want to brag.
The knitting club.
What have you knit? Sweaters?
Everything.
Outfits?
Scarves,
Everything.
hat, mittens,
Bathing suit.
bathing suits.
I love.
My Coachella outfit. No.
Rosanna, we actually have a cute little game we wanted to play with you.
Okay, I'm ready.
She's like, I don't even need to know what it is.
I'm like,
Let's just
Nana's
do
ready.
it.
Let's do it.
Nana's
Come on,
ready.
Nana. Let's do it.
Oh, that is a cute nickname for Rosanna, though. Nana.
It's perfect.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it
I
is.
love that.
I'm so ready.
I'm so ready to be a grandma.
I am. I'm already one here.
I love it.
So
What is
sweet.
a grandma but in your heart?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, it's
Right
here.
there.
I already got the
True.
baking down. Grandma's cookies.
That's true.
I'm ready.
That's true.
I am
Yeah.
fully prepared
Love.
to be the best, funnest grandma ever. Because grandma likes to drink. Grandma likes to have fun, just like my grandma. My grandma
Yeah.
was so fun.
Aw.
She had a martini every day. She was in a
So did
sorority.
my grandma. Yeah.
She was a
Yeah.
pharmacist, and back in the day, they didn't have a lot of female pharmacists. She was really
Oh.
a little sorority sister, and
Whoa.
I loved it.
Drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol, all of the above. I didn't even know, like, when I was little that grandparents drank because my family didn't drink.
No way.
So I was like,
Wow.
when I went to I think it was when I went to college, somebody was like, oh yeah, I had wine with my grandma and grandpa and my parents. And I was like, what? Grandparents drink? What? I know. My grandparents didn't drink.
I feel like that's definitely the minority,
Yeah.
especially for like the 60s and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like my grandparents were definitely the cocktail.
Partier.
Partiers,
Cocktails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then
sure.
our family's the Italian side on my mom's
Oh,
side, and
yeah.
then Irish on my dad's side. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've made my mom more of a drinker, though. And by more of a drinker, I mean she'll have one cocktail every couple months. But she said
Right.
during the pandemic, she heard everybody was drinking, so she wanted to try it. Is what she
wanted
said.
to-
She said she wanted to feel like she was included.
Kim wanted to sip.
She wanted a sip. So I was be like, Mom, do you want me to put alcohol in this? And she'll be like, no, but thank you. She'll think about it for a sec. Just for a sec. All right, ladies and gents, we have a little Would You Rather game.
Oh, fun. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah. And
I
this-
love your phone case. Like it matches these chairs. And I love these chairs, the green velvet. It's so soft.
We love green here.
I'm petting it because it's so soft.
Just want you to be comfortable, you know?
Yeah, you might notice
Yes.
a little like string dangling off the other side, and that's because we all love petting it a little too much.
I didn't do this. I
No,
swear.
no, that's
But it
100%
is
what I
here.
did. It's
Okay.
just yanking it all the time. I'm like, this is so nice.
Mhm.
Like having a fidget toy with you. Okay, so this is our sweet little game of Would You Rather, created by our sweet little angel Jonathan. Rosanna, I feel like I know the answer to this one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather be chronically underdressed or chronically overdressed?
You already know me. You already know me.
Overdressed.
Overdressed.
Right? Yeah.
Always.
I feel like you're
The
always
former
like
go-go
in-
dancer wants to be overdressed.
I
Overdressed.
feel like you're always like your outfits are always
true.
on point.
Thank you.
If you
Yes.
ever do a costume party, the costume is on point. Like you are never, I don't think anyone would be like, oh, she's wearing sweatpants today.
My idol is Elizabeth Taylor. She was fabulous. I just think she had such great taste in clothes and jewelry and men.
Who did she date?
Who
Who
didn't?
didn't she date?
Who
No, I'm just
didn't?
kidding. My favorite husband of hers was Burton.
She had many
I think
husbands,
number
yeah.
5. But she met when she was filming Cleopatra. And those are also the era that I love her jewelry the most. Ugh. We were just so poor growing up. I never got to have fun with clothes. We did sew things, but even material, fabric is expensive.
Yeah.
And I couldn't
Yeah.
have as much fun as I wanted. I had the basis for it, but now that I have the income to really have fun with fashion, I still do it with my tailor. He's just so talented. His name's Franco, and him and I come up with pieces. We design. He's a costume designer, and we just have a blast. I can't wait to show you. I have these 2 like ostrich feathery dresses. They're faux ostrich, but because we don't do
Love.
chicken feathers.
No,
You do ostrich feathers or faux ostrich. That's what you do, everybody.
Do you style yourself when you're hosting, or do you have a stylist help you pick stuff out?
I do style myself for the most part. When I first started, I worked with a professional stylist for like 6 years, and I've worked with about 4 of them, and I learned so much from them. What I also learned is that my size is not typical. It's not standard for
Right.
anyone who's listening. I'm 4'10". So it's just not even a size that's sold, even at petite stores. Like
Yeah.
petite
Right.
sizing.
Yeah.
So everything has to be custom. Everything's too long. It just doesn't. The crotch is too low. Everything just doesn't fit right. So I had to learn how to sew to change everything. And then I was learning even with stylists, like some designers wouldn't let me borrow their pieces because some of them will say, hey, you can borrow this beautiful Dolce & Gabbana dress, but no alterations.
Right.
So I'm like, I
feel like
can't
it's gonna be
wear
dragging
it
on
to
the ground.
I can't wear it to the red carpet. My whole
Yeah.
it's gonna fall off me.
Yeah.
So we had the issue with designers who a lot of the no alteration rule is a thing. So a few people were willing to like gift the dress so I could alter it, or alter it and return it and try to send it to someone else petite. Or if someone else petite, like Ariana Grande, she had a reject dress that was tailored to her, and then I wore it to the Star Wars premiere because it was in her, some stylist put it in the nose, and then I was like, it fits. Like, I'll take it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
An Ariana Grande reject dress?
Yes.
Sign me up.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
I
that
love
dress was
that
so
for
cute. It was
you.
literally called like Galaxy Stars, and it was by Luciana Balderrama, and I love this designer. She, oh my gosh, she made this red dress I wore for a music video. I just love her. But so yeah, now this stuff is like, I work with Franco and we customize stuff. Some of the dresses I'll find online, and I've worked with brands over the years, brands that actually run smaller, like small to size. And then we have to some of them, we completely rip the dress apart.
Just redo, yeah.
All the seams come out. We have to redo everything because it just
Wow.
doesn't hit right. Yeah.
Because you've shopped in the children's section too.
Oh
before,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Yep. So like I'm in that weird it's like a crossover. I like a petite 00 or a kid's 12.
Okay.
Sometimes 14. It's this. But a lot of the jeans, like youth jeans, they aren't meant for curve.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So I run into the issues there where it isn't built for my body again. So
So next one.
Would you rather always want to have BO and not know it, or always smell BO on everybody else?
Oof.
Have BO and not know it.
You wouldn't know, and everyone
Or-
else would smell your BO.
Oh.
Or everyone else smells like BO.
I'd rather everyone else smells like BO. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I don't want to annoy people.
Yeah.
And I don't really mind. I don't really mind. I live in a zoo. So, that's what it is right now. My mom lives with us. And then I live with Mike, my boyfriend. And then Mike's mom lives with us. And then because my sister's house is going through construction, she lives
Right.
with us, her husband, and her 2 boys.
Got a full house.
It's a full house.
And there's 3 dogs, and then our team's there. So it's just, I smell with those dogs and babies, I smell poop. I'm picking up dog poop, baby poop, throw up, boogies. I feel
Everything.
like now it's just like, whatever.
Your nose becomes a custom.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When you live in a zoo, it is what it is. Yeah, and then all the baking I do just kind of covers the smell.
That's what I was gonna say. Everything's just gonna
that's
smell
pretty nice.
like vanilla and cinnamon.
Yeah, just bake some hot, fresh chocolate chip cookies, and no one will notice all the farty boys in my house. Like,
Yes.
yeah, because they're just little stinkers. I love them, but you know,
yeah, boys stink.
yeah, oh
Sorry,
yeah,
Matt.
little stinkers.
Yeah.
Stinky.
So
Yeah.
stinky.
But I'm learning tricks. We keep the windows open. We,
Oh, yeah.
you clean things up right away. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Mm,
I feel like
Yeah.
especially with the pets, if you have pets in your house, it's like you gotta clean.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
You gotta
Constant.
clean
Every day.
immediately.
our dogs fart a lot.
Yeah.
Dogs fart.
Yeah.
They're
They do.
little fart. Like our dogs are
Yeah.
potty trained, so they don't poop and pee in the house. They're
Right.
really good about that, but they fart a lot. They are so stinky.
It's gross.
Oh my god!
That is so
Sometimes we're
funny.
in bed and you hear a, and then I'll be like, Mike, and he's like, that was Blueberry, and it's
Oh,
like,
sure it was, Mike.
"Ooh,
Sure
oh my
it
goodness."
was.
And I'm like,
Gross.
oh, crack a window. Bulldogs fart a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross. And they bulldogs slobber too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These ones are less slobbery, but they're little they're tootie booties is what I call them. My little tootie booties. What about you guys? Would you rather smell like BO or would you rather smell others? What like
I used to work at a natural beauty store, so I tried out natural deodorant for a while, so I already
Yeah.
know what it feels like to smell like BO all the time. And I prefer to not go back. I prefer to not have that.
So you want
I
other
think
people
I
to
can
smell.
I think I can be really nose blind, but I'm also like very nose specific. Like I can tell, like if Keith burps or farts, I'm like, oh, that's a Keith or burp fart.
Yeah.
Like I know it.
Ew.
I know it.
You've trained
Yeah.
yourself.
I've trained myself.
I would rather smell. Because
Yeah.
if you smell, then you could just douse yourself in cologne and be one of those people.
In Abercrombie
Oh.
Fierce.
perfect.
You know?
Cologne it up.
That's what they've done for thousands of years. You know?
That's
True.
true.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. Smelly.
Okay, great, Matt.
Be smelly.
Great stinker.
Be smelly.
We're gonna call you our little tootie booty. Our
Tootie
little
booty.
tootie booty.
Tutti fruity booty.
I don't think I've ever
so
heard the cats
cute.
fart.
Do cats fart?
I don't think so. Or maybe mine
They
don't.
have to.
I've never heard them fart.
Maybe they run in the other room.
Maybe they're discreet.
Yeah.
They're gentlemen.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to find. Rosanna, this one I feel like is specifically tailored to you.
Oh,
Um,
tailored to me?
Tailored.
Uh,
Would you rather find a rat in your kitchen
Okay.
or a cockroach in your bed?
Ew! Nothing in the bed. The bed is my happy, sexy place. Nothing gross in my bed other than a dog fart. That is the grossest I can get in there. Oh, good. No, I think I'd freak if
Yeah.
a cockroach was in my bed. I think I'd
you wouldn't
burn.
be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I'd burn my
No.
mattress. I'm like, did it lay eggs? I don't know enough about them. You know, those little,
Yeah.
I'd
They're
be like,
scary.
how many more of there are you?
Well, if there's one, there's 100.
Oh,
you know?
Okay, so no. I'd freak out. I think that I went to around the kitchen. I used to own a lot of animals growing up. Like I took home all the class pets. Like they'd be like, "Okay, it's summer break. Who wants to take home the guinea pigs?" I was like, "Me," and my mom was like, "Okay." And then I take home the guinea pigs. I'd take home. We had mice. I had hamsters.
Wow.
I had frogs. I had salamanders. Everything.
Wow.
So I love animals. So I probably, but I don't like cockroaches.
Man, I don't really know what their like evolutionary purpose is. Like, what are cockroaches for?
I mean, they're like flies and stuff. They eat all the decaying everything, you know?
But can't we just have flies?
Cleaners. Well, no. You need lots of things to help things break down.
I don't like cockroaches
Circle
either.
of life, you know?
No.
Circle of life.
I hate mosquitoes.
They've been
And-
everywhere.
I read an article, I think it was in Scientific American, and it said that literally if all mosquitoes were just wiped out, would not affect the food chain at all. And
That's
I'm
crazy. Like,
I
why
don't
aren't we
know if
doing
that's
it?
true, but that's
I
an
don't
article
know.
I read, and I was like, I believe it. Oh, those little
I
things,
believe it.
they do no
You're
good.
like, I want it to be true.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
know. Well, I
screw
have
those guys.
Yeah.
I
They
hate
feed,
them.
they feed all the bats, you know? We just need more bats.
Like
That's
Batman.
really
only
thinking.
eat mosquitoes?
No, they eat lots of things, lots of insects.
See, they don't need
and
them.
stuff.
They don't need
them. They
mosquitoes.
could eat anything else.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh.
look. I think, I don't actually think this, but it would be funny if it were true. I think the new mosquitoes were invented in a lab by by the brand.
By the DEET company.
By the DEET
Oh,
companies.
yeah.
I don't actually believe this, but I think it's really funny to think about like someone planting these like, because they're mosquitoes that have never, LA was never on the map for mosquitoes. That was the whole thing. 10 years ago, we were all like, we live in
It's
LA because
true.
there are no mosquitoes. We love it. It's great.
Dude, there used
And
to be
now
almost
they're coming
none.
out like crazy and they're like, actually, these are super mosquitoes and they can grow in a tiny drop of water and they can bite you through your jeans and they'll bite you multiple times. Like,
Yeah.
and
it's
what are we
true.
doing? Buying more off, buying more DEET, spritz.
Yeah. Oh,
Buying more mosquito products.
you know what I'm doing in my backyard? I'm going to plant all the plants that mosquitoes hate.
They hate
A lot of
lavender.
those, yeah, they hate lavender. They don't like lemongrass. I think they don't like centinela, like the plants.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plant a bunch of those to be deterrents, and then I'm trying to think of other things I can do because they're.
It's tough.
Yeah, I remember we didn't used to have mosquitoes, and then I remember like all these reports saying there's a new mosquito in town, basically, and they said they're here to stay, and scientists were saying they were surprised they didn't come here sooner because they are the kind that can live in this kind of like harsher desert climate. They don't need a lot of water to survive because usually you'll find mosquitoes on like swamp lakes, near those still bodies of water that are pretty large. But now they're like one drop of like a leaky pipe in your neighbor's yard. It's just a leaky, a hose. And
you're
now
done
it's
for.
like mosquitoes. And I think that they can like live in I don't know if it's a 50-foot radius, but it's like, it's
I don't like it.
It's intense.
I don't
It's a
like
lot.
it.
It's just adds more to your zoo, It says all creatures in your zoo.
Yeah, I'm going to learn a lot about plants because I'm going to be planting everything to keep them away. That's my biggest goal next year. After the film studio's built, after Molly's house is done, we're going to do lots of plants.
Yes.
Well, you got to think of 3 more projects to do at the same time that you're doing the plants to keep up the consistent
Has to get
workflow.
exponential, just
Yeah.
I want to plant a little milkweed plant because they attract monarch butterflies. And they work really well and they're so beautiful. So I'm like, do butterflies eat mosquitoes? Or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, dang it. Okay. I was hoping.
so.
I don't
was
think
hoping.
so. But it would be really cute.
I was like, who eats mosquitoes? I'm going to invite them to my
Who
backyard.
does eat mosquitoes? Just bats?
like birds.
I'm
and
gonna ask Dr.
bats
Google.
and stuff, I feel like.
Ooh,
Who eats bats?
I need birds.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Or who eats mosquitoes?
All the birds.
I need all the birds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this, but Eugene and I got quail this year. So we have quail in our backyard on our farm.
You are so fancy.
You were so
Quail. I know some of my friends are like, hey, I
I'll
got
have to
some
bring you some
chickens.
eggs. I'll have to bring you some eggs.
You got quail?
Mhm.
That's,
Well, because where I live, you're not allowed to have chickens.
oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's like a farm animal and they're kind of loud. Chickens are loud. Quail are not loud. You hardly hear them.
They're so cute.
Yeah. They're really cute.
Oh, so do they lay eggs just kind of like chickens?
Yeah. They like an egg a day.
That's like a chicken.
Yeah.
Chickens lay like an
Yeah.
egg a day.
But unlike chickens, you don't need like a male quail.
No boys.
No
No
boys.
boys allowed.
So it's only the girls.
Wow.
So I just call them my girlies.
The
Yeah.
girlies.
My girlies.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what are their names? How many do you have?
Oh my gosh. So we have 7.
7?
7 of them. And they're all named characters from do you remember the show Doug
Yes.
with Quail Man?
Yes.
So they're all those characters, but then Eugene is constantly changing their names. Because we can't tell them apart. They all kind of look the same
Well, except
for the
for
most part.
Roger.
Well, there is one that's a bully who's bigger than the other ones. So you can definitely tell
And that one's Roger.
who Roger is. Yeah.
Okay.
She's not so.
But then the other ones are always moving. You can't tell. They're all, yeah.
That's so cute.
Mhm.
Okay, I need to see them. I
Yeah.
need to see this. This is so fancy.
I need to see
I don't
this.
even. I don't even know.
I built them like little cages, little pens.
a hotel.
A hotel. Their own hotel.
Did you did you like paint their little house? Is it
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
little like are there names on the doors?
I
Or,
didn't do
like-
any names on the doors. No.
They're like, this is Roger's bed.
Yeah.
Right.
You color code them.
Yes.
A little
Roger.
toilet.
Time out, Roger. Go back to your bed.
Go to your
Right.
room.
What
I know.
noises do they make? I just made a chicken noise. But like, what did they?
Honestly, they kind of sound like crickets. It's kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like
I've never heard
between
of
a
quail.
cricket and a bird. It's like, brr, brr, but it's like more like crickety sounding. And like sometimes like the bully, one of them gets mad at the bully, and one time it woke us up at night because it got loud.
Do they have a fight?
Yeah, they like peck,
Did you have to break it
pecking
up?
order.
You have to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we had to isolate her once.
Ladies!
Did you
Yeah.
pick sides?
cool your jets.
Yeah.
They blew a whistle.
No bullying.
Separate.
No bullying.
No bullying. Roger, I'm going to send you back to your room.
Right?
Like that. Stern
Back
with
to where
them.
you came from.
Yeah, I'm going to put you right back in that house. You better knock it off.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, I'm
Yeah.
getting good at disciplining now that I'm around kids.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
set
yeah.
those boundaries,
Oh my
Firm.
goodness. Yes. Oh, gosh.
That's hard to do when you want to be a fun Nana.
Yes,
That's
it
true.
is.
Grandma's supposed to break all the rules.
Yeah, I am sweet as pie, but tough as nails if you push it too far. Because
Yes.
Nana don't play with some house rules. One of them, no slugs inside.
Oh,
That
that's
was
a
the
good
first
house
rule.
First fight that little
Pretty good
Grayson
rule.
and I ever had. I wouldn't say a
Mhm.
fight, maybe an argument. He wanted to play with the slug inside the house. And I said,
Mhm.
Grayson, I love you, my little nephew, but you put slugs outside.
Right.
You can play with
Mhm.
that slug, but you
Right.
play with it outside, not in my house.
Mm.
And he said, no, slugs can come inside. They're my friend. And I was like,
Oh.
they can be your friend outside. And he was like, no. And I was like,
no.
yes. And then we got into it and I won. Don't want to brag, but
Don't want to brag.
I won that
I
fight.
was not bested by the
Oh,
child.
no. No. There's going to be no slugs in my house.
No.
No.
You go home and your house is just covered
Covered in
slugs.
No.
slugs.
No slugs.
From like the rain. It's like
Yeah.
slugs like coming.
Grayson's putting it in your bed at night slowly.
Yeah,
couple slugs
I
at a
told him
time.
no slugs and no cockroaches. There's not allowed.
Oh,
But I
gross.
did let him to make it up to him. He wanted to grow butterflies.
Mm.
So they have these kits that you can get,
Yeah.
and you get the little
cocoon and
caterpillars,
stuff,
and
yeah.
they make their cocoons, their little chrysalis, and then they hatch, and you set them free outside. So we did that, and he loved it, and we set him
That's so
free, and
cute.
he just and. I think like all of them hatched, which was
whoa.
amazing. I didn't know if they would all make it. I didn't know if I was doing it
Yeah.
right, but yeah, they
Yeah.
all. It was great.
Yeah, I went to a wedding where they did one of those and not all the butterflies made it. So I would not recommend doing a butterfly release
At your wedding.
at your wedding.
Oh,
It was really
That is
honestly
kind of dark.
quite
It's kind of
uncomfortable
dark.
for the rest of us watching the wedding.
Release the butterflies, and they open a basket, and just one kind of comes out.
Yeah.
it just goes.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what happened. Like 2 butterflies came out,
no.
and then corpses came out, and everybody was just kind of like, "Don't say anything, don't move."
They should have done CGI, you know?
Yeah,
They
CGI
needed
that
the
in
kit
later.
I had.
They needed a better
That
kit.
kit was great.
yeah. This one was not good. I do have an animal that you guys should get for your houses to get rid of the mosquitoes, according to Dr. Google. Goldfish.
What?
Who'd have thunk?
Goldfish?
It said goldfish. On this
Crackers?
list
Or
is
the real
all
animal?
the real animal.
Crackers.
I didn't know. I didn't know if they didn't like the smell.
Goldfish crackers.
Oh my God.
You heard it here first.
Cut to Rosanna like vlogging. She's like, I learned you can sit with us. This will get rid of. Rosanna has ants all over her house from the goldfish crackers.
I hang out with my nephews way too much. I'm so sorry. That was my first thought. I was like, goldfish crackers, okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
No, goldfish, the fish. It's honestly, the list is mostly fish and some birds are the main eaters.
Well, I guess because in the
Oh.
water, they like
Mhm.
go in the water, lay their eggs and stuff. And the
Yes.
fish is
Yeah.
like-
So you guys need to build ponds at your house.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Maybe like a little pond around your pool.
Ooh, like a koi pond.
Yeah.
But I put huge goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, give me your hungriest goldfish.
Yeah.
Well, you would need like the skinniest goldfish because you need the ones that are the
Oh.
most hungry.
Yeah. Hey, you
ready
got
to
any
go.
goldfish that are starving?
Yeah.
Starving
I want
goldfish.
Some
them.
hungry
I'm
goldfish.
gonna feed them. I'm gonna feed them.
I want to give them the good life.
Yeah.
As many skeeters as you can get.
Oh my
Go
God.
for it, goldfish.
I literally want to start. I was talking to Mike about this because he loves dogs and I love dogs, and I really wanted to like adopt senior old fart dogs
Aw.
in rescues
Mhm.
and give them the good happy years, give
Yeah.
them some golden years
Yeah.
before they pass. Come
Yeah.
like our house is like a golden retirement community.
Aw.
And Mike was at first was like, oh, I don't know, because Mike loves dogs. Like he has such a big heart. He used to volunteer at the Humane Society in
Aw.
high school, and he was when we lose a dog, it really it hurts his heart.
That's
So
tough.
he was saying, getting older dogs, we wouldn't get as many years with them, and we might lose them more frequently because we're getting them at such an old age. And it would be a little hard on him. But I was telling him, well, otherwise these poor dogs probably won't get adopted.
Yeah.
Nobody
Sure.
wants a 18-year-old dog who's shuffling around and blind, at the and do you really want that poor little dog spend his last year or two
No.
in a kennel? So that's, I'm trying to talk Mike into it, and he's really warming up to it, and he thinks it could be a really like beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So after the construction's done and my sister moves out,
Then you got to build your kennel.
then we'll
Yeah.
build the retirement home for old senior
Aw.
dogs like me.
Nana's
Nana's
retirement home.
Nana's Golden Gates.
Yes, you could have martinis with them. They could have little puppy martinis.
Oh my gosh, can you
Little
help me
puppy
design
treats.
like a cute Golden Gate?
That'd be
to,
so
like,
cute.
Yes, 100%.
I need to do this.
That'd be so cute. It
Yeah.
would be.
Everybody listening, if you've got cute old dogs that are up for adoption, send me links.
Yes.
Rosanna, you're going to get a lot.
Yeah,
Rosanna's
listeners
getting
love
grandmas.
animals.
Rosanna's
Yeah.
getting old dogs.
I love
Grandmas
old
and
dogs.
doggies.
Yes.
Oh, be so
So
sweet.
good.
I love them. I like feel kindred soul to them.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, tell us about your current show right now
Oh,
on Food
yeah.
Network and Max.
We're a hard pivot
Yes.
from senior dogs.
From senior dogs.
Your dogs.
Yes.
Let me get in the car.
Drive
and
us.
Turn this way.
Exactly.
Drive this
Your
RV.
Halloween
Okay, here we
cooking
go, here we
challenge.
go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's literally, let me put her in park, and we're gonna turn on the good jam. And we have new episodes coming out every week on Monday, and it's airs on Food Network, and it's also streaming on Discovery and Max.
Yes.
So that's where to
Amazing.
watch it. And it's season 2 of Halloween Cookie Challenge. So we got a season 2. And
So
who
awesome.
joined me this year was Duff Goldman for hosting.
Oh, so cool.
And
fun.
I am a huge fan of him. I really
Yeah, so
adore
fun.
him. We just had a blast. We had so much fun. And it, you guys, if you guys have never seen the show, anybody listening, it's a baking competition show. There's 4 bakers that come on every episode, and they compete to win. There's 2 rounds. And they can win, $10,000. There's a winner of $10,000 each episode. And basically we just get to showcase talented bakers. Like every episode you get to
Great.
see, the casting did such a good job. everybody here deserves to be here. Like it's not a gotcha show. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
we bring people in because they're the best of the best. And you get people who are decorating these cookies so well that they look like cakes. They don't even look like cookies. It would blow your mind because cookies, for these challenges, they bake really quickly and they cool quickly, as opposed to a cake.
That's right.
Where cakes take a really long time to bake, and sometimes they can take a really long time to cool.
Right.
But cookies literally can bake in 12 minutes, and then they have a flash freezer. So they're cooled off right away. And they build these, they built like last season, they did like these 3D like cauldrons. They look like cakes.
So cool.
It blew my mind. So in this season was no different. They did this one challenge where it was a severed limb challenge. And the baker, I don't want to ruin it, but they made a severed foot that looked so real. Literally had a bone
So
coming
creepy.
out of it with bone marrow that we ate. And it was so creepy and realistic. And it blew my mind.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's so
Never
cool.
seen something like that.
Yeah, that's neat.
The creativity.
We've got everything. We've got cookies. We've got duff. We've got bakers. We've got fashion. We've got. I had some fun. I picked some of my outfits. Maybe,
Ooh,
Yes.
exciting.
maybe all of them.
Some of the outfits.
Some, maybe all.
Maybe all of them.
Styled by Rosanna.
Styled by me and Franco. Franco helped me zhuzh them.
I
They needed a
love-
little bit of help, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, Rosanna, where can people find you on your socials if they're not already following you?
Right. Yeah. My socials are all the same. Easy to remember. It's Rosanna Pansino on everything. Snapchat. Rosanna Pansino on Twitter X. Do you say X now? Or do you say Twitter?
I don't know.
Twitter X makes it sound.
So X Twitter? Or do
I
you
think
say
just
X?
I think just say X.
X.
Twitter X makes it
Threads.
sound dirty.
Facebooks. TikTok. All of the medias. I'm
Yes.
Rosanna Pansino.
Amazing.
Nice and boring.
Wow. No, not nice and boring. Nice
Simple.
and Nana.
Brand identity.
Nana
Yeah.
identity. Justice for Nana.
This is for Nana.
Rosanna Nana.
Yes.
Well, Rosanna Nana, thank you so much for sitting with us this week. We've had an absolute blast.
So fun.
Oh my gosh. I love you guys. I had so much fun.
We're excited to have had you on here because I feel like the boys always get you on War. And I'm sure the audience will be seeing you on this season of a War.
Perfect. The Nana way.
The Nana way.
That's how nanas do it.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for sitting with us this week. Make sure you're washing your hands, peeing after sex, registering to vote, being nice to people, being nice to yourself, be nice to the Nana in your life, whether they're here or in your heart. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.